Have you ever wondered how impactful bad habits can be? How they can root themselves so deeply into our lives that they become almost impossible to uproot? Like stubborn weeds in a garden, they can choke out the good, leaving only the bad behind. Imagine a tale of a wise old man and a wealthy man's son. The father, a man of considerable wealth, was troubled by his son's bad habits. In his desperation, he turned to an old scholar, a man known for his wisdom and insight. His request was simple: to guide his son away from his bad ways. The old man agreed and decided to impart his wisdom in a rather unusual way. He took the boy for a stroll through a beautiful garden, a place where nature thrived and tranquility was the order of the day. As they walked, the old scholar stopped abruptly and pointed to a tiny plant growing nearby. He asked the boy to pull it out. With no effort at all, the boy plucked the tiny plant from the ground, roots and all. Next, the old man pointed to a slightly larger plant. The boy, although with a little more effort, managed to uproot it as well. Encouraged, the old man then gestured towards a bush. With all his strength, the boy pulled, and finally the bush came free from the ground. The final challenge was a guava tree. The boy, already exhausted, grasped the trunk and pulled with all his might. Despite his efforts, the tree wouldn't budge. Panting and worn out, the boy admitted defeat. "It's impossible," he said, barely able to catch his breath. The old man nodded, his face a picture of calm understanding. "So it is with bad habits," he said. "When they are young, it's easy to pull them out, but when they take hold, they become deeply rooted and almost impossible to uproot." The lesson in this tale is a timeless one. Don't wait for bad habits to grow in you. Confront them while they are still young, while you still have control over them. Otherwise, they will take control of you. Like the tiny plant, the bush and the guava tree, it becomes increasingly difficult to uproot bad habits the longer they are left unchecked. So next time you find yourself falling into a bad habit, remember the story of the wise old man and the wealthy man's son. Remember the tiny plant, the bush and the guava tree. Don't let the bad habits take root. Uproot them before they grow too strong, because once they take hold, they might just become impossible to remove.